Hey Aries, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ray. This is going to be a timeless reading, and we'll look at everything. We'll do a nice, well-rounded reading for you, so you can check the timestamps in the description below to skip to a specific section. We'll do career and finances, past person, current relationship, and then new person for people who are single. So let's get right into it. Okay, Aries, starting off with your career and finances, you have the Ace of Cups card here. I'm seeing a brand new beginning coming your way. Remember, this is a timeless reading, so take it how it resonates. Whenever you see it is when you were meant to hear the message. This might be something very creative, especially if you are like a very artistic person, or it might be a new hobby that you're picking up, something that you're experimenting with, like a hidden talent of yours. This could also be like a new idea or a new project, a new job opportunity altogether for those of you who are looking for other work or a job change. If you're still in school or if you're thinking of going back to school, I feel like this could be like a whole new field shift as well, or something like the start of something exciting, the start of something new that you're very passionate about. And this might be something that involves a lot of emotional expression and a lot of like free-flowing ideas. Like I'm seeing these fish as like they're just swimming around this cup very naturally, right? Like it's something that comes naturally to them. It's not something that they have to force. You have the Knight of Swords here. Now, surrounding the Ace of Cups is a lot of stressful energy, so I feel like that is what is blocking this new beginning from coming to you, Aries. With the Knight of Swords here, there might be somebody else involved in this situation, or this could be your energy, so take it how it resonates. You might be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm seeing things really picking up speed here, especially if you've been distracted lately. Like if this is something else that you want to pursue, like outside of your career and finances, especially if it's like you've been experimenting with like side income, passive income, like a side hustle. And this doesn't have to do with like your main source of income. You might feel like you don't have the time or you don't have the resources. I am seeing a lot of stress here when it comes to pursuing this new idea. You might feel intensely focused on something right now that is taking up all of your attention. And I'm seeing you at risk of becoming a little obsessive and a little too controlling with it. You should just make sure that this kind of flows to you, that it comes naturally, like I said earlier with those fish on the card. Especially if you're prone to overworking, you don't want to be burning yourself out. So I feel like there is also a warning here, Aries, to make sure that you are still capable of taking care of your emotional, mental, and physical health when it comes to balancing your career and finances with your personal life. You have the moon here as well. This is Pisces energy. I'm seeing you struggling with your shadow self right now, Aries. You might be doing a lot of shadow work, especially if you are feeling exhausted or burnt out, or you've been overworking a lot and you just feel like a cog in the wheel in the capitalist machine, you know, that kind of vibe, or you feel like you're just being used for like cheap labor, that kind of thing, especially if you're looking to experiment with other forms of income right now. If you feel stuck where you are in your current career and you're really looking for a change, I feel like there's some sort of fear holding you back from experimenting with that, from taking that risk. You can take that risk like on the weekends or in the evenings without necessarily quitting your day job, right? Especially if that is like a fear of leaping into the unknown, right? You can keep what you're currently doing and then try experimenting with something else on the side if that's a concern for you, right? And try pursuing something in your free time, because that way you still have a source of income to fall back on if something doesn't work. So instead of experimenting with this like all or nothing thinking, again, I'm hearing that message that like you might need to kind of do both right now. You might need to kind of find a balance. And I feel like you're doing a lot of work with your darker side right now, where you're thinking to yourself, like there could be a lot of self-doubt or criticism running through your head. What if I can't do this? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what if this is the wrong decision? And for a lot of you, this might just be like you psyching yourself out and thinking that you're not ready out of a source of fear. With the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Swords here, I am hearing a warning, especially if this is not your energy, but if it's the energy of someone difficult that you work with, like a micromanager or just an annoying coworker. If you do have a new idea, be careful who you share it with, okay? Because I'm kind of seeing this emotional expression being contrasted with this obsessive energy. You might want to be very careful keeping those ideas to yourself until they come into fruition a little bit more until you're really ready to pursue them. Because you might be in a toxic work environment right now where somebody is open to taking credit for your work or like claiming your ideas as their own or something like that. If you're trying to climb the ladder or get a new position or a raise, I feel like there could be somebody around you right now who's very competitive and wants the same thing. So again, I would just be really careful trusting this person. Trust your intuition. I'm sure you know exactly who this is, okay? But I feel like this person is not necessarily trustworthy, so you might just want to keep your ideas to yourself for a little while because I don't think this person has good intentions. With the Knight of Swords and the Moon card here, I'm hearing a side message that the problem might be perfectionism, Aries. So a lot of you are getting too obsessed with doing this perfectly, and it's never actually getting done. Especially if you are someone who has no problem coming up with new ideas, but you never start anything. Or you might be good at starting things, but then you have trouble figuring out how to follow through and finish these projects. So it kind of feels like everything is half done, and that's because of a fear of it not being perfect, okay? You can always go back and change it later with revision or editing, any kind of new structural work. You can get feedback from your peers if that's something that you feel comfortable doing, but I feel like it's something that you need to focus on is quality over quantity, okay? Because I feel like you're pushing yourself a little bit too hard, and in return it's actually impeding your progress more than it's helping. Okay, Aries, this is for the message for those of you who are interested in dealing with a past person in reconciliation. These are general messages, so it does not necessarily have to be an ex. You can take it how it resonates. It might be a difficult relationship with an estranged family member or a conflict going on with a friend. You have the separation card. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Again, partner can be expansive. Don't take it literally if that doesn't resonate. I feel like I am seeing communication here. It might be temporary. For those of you who are worried about whether or not someone will come back, this could be a temporary separation, especially if this is a recent conflict. Somebody might just need a little bit of space right now to kind of think about what it is that they want and need from this connection moving forward. Whether that's you or them, I feel like somebody just needs a little bit more time to figure out what it is that they want. You have the Page of Wands here. This could be your energy because you are a fire sign, or you might be dealing with another fire sign, another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, so take it how it resonates. I am seeing communication here because the pages in the tarot deck also represent messengers, so that I am seeing communication here. This might be someone who approaches you physically, who wants to meet up. This could be like a text or a call, an email, a letter, whatever. If you still have this person on your social media, I definitely feel like they have their eye on you as well. Like they might be lurking on your stories and still looking at your pictures and stuff, even if there's no real communication right now. But I feel like this person is waiting for the right time to reach out to you. Energies could be reversed. You could be gathering the courage to communicate with them and break that silence. I am seeing an olive branch here, somebody extending an apology. I feel like I'm hearing somebody just wants to be friends again, okay? Like even if this is an ex, like they might not necessarily want to get back together, but they want to know that things are ending on good terms and they don't want any hard feelings between the two of you. So for some of you, Aries, I'm hearing like this person just wants to make sure that you can bury the hatchet and both move forward. Like they just don't want any bad blood between the two of you, you know what I mean? You have the Ace of Swords here. I'm seeing a new beginning coming your way, Aries, whether you want it or not. If this is with a past person, if you're not interested in reconciliation, I'm just seeing this as you really standing up for yourself and putting your foot down. Like if all you want from this person is to set boundaries so that you can walk away from them, I'm seeing you in a very powerful position right now to make sure that your voice is heard. If you do want reconciliation with this person, there could be opportunity for a new start between the two of you if that's what you want. If you don't want to hear from this person right now, I feel like you're the one in control here, ultimately, Aries, okay? Because you get to set that boundary to protect your personal energy. And a lot of people have a misconception about what forgiveness looks like. It's not really about the other person, it's about you. Forgiveness is really just about letting go of pain so that you can move forward. And that takes time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be angry or that you shouldn't be upset at this person, especially if they treated you poorly. healing takes time, okay? And it's your decision whether or not to be angry about it or to keep being upset about it, because everybody heals differently, right? So if you're not ready to let it go, you can forgive, but you don't have to forget, because it just makes it easier for you to move forward without this person, right? Especially if you don't necessarily want to give them a second chance. Nobody is saying that you have to, right? You don't owe anybody closure. You don't owe anybody forgiveness. If this person feels guilty about what they did, then good. Maybe they're on the road to changing and treating people better in the future. But you don't owe anybody absolution, okay? You're not a confessor. You're not a pastor. You don't get to absolve someone of their sins. So even if they just want to say that they're sorry to you, you still get to choose whether or not you want to accept that apology. You have the Two of Coins in reverse here, Aries. I feel like somebody is really indecisive right now, whether you or them. This person is still trying to weigh the pros and the cons of this connection, whether or not they want to reach out, whether or not they want to reconcile, or just bury the hatchet and move on. I feel like this person is still trying to figure out what they want. Like I said earlier with that separation card, that's why you're not really hearing from them right now, because they're still trying to figure out what they want, and they still need to take that time and that space. Again, this could be you. This could be why you're not really communicating with this person right now, because you just need to figure things out. I'm seeing this very disorganized energy from one of you, okay? And it feels like mental disorganization. Like it's not about your career or finances. It feels like, again, that indecisiveness, like tossing these things in the air and just kind of seeing if you can juggle all of it at the same time, because you feel like there are so many options in front of you, so many different ways that this could go, that it's confusing, right? Especially given what happened in the past. I feel like there might have been some level of emotional neglect going on here behind closed doors. And it can be difficult to let go of that pain and to move on from it, whether with this person or without them. That's something that's really difficult to handle. You might be, I'm seeing you like writing things down, like experimenting with like journaling your feelings, or even just making to-do lists to help you keep yourself from getting distracted so that you can feel more in control and get that feeling of safety back into your life in some way. You might be experimenting with literal therapy as well if you feel the need to go that far, especially if this was extremely painful for you. With the Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords here, I hope you heard that ring. That was a confirmation that this message is for you. But I'm hearing like a confession coming your way here. Or again, you might be the one who needs to say this. I keep hearing in my head that like, I'm just going to say it, right? I'm just going to say it. They don't have to respond. They don't even have to listen to me. Like there's something here that this person, whether you or them, just needs to get off of their chest. Because I'm seeing this Page of Wands coming through as like a very free-spirited energy. I'm hearing that song in my head by Jack Harlow. I don't like no whips and chains, you can't hold me down. Especially if somebody has felt like their freedom has been restricted in some way. It's like, I just need to say it. I just need to get it off my chest and confess and get rid of this guilt. Even if they don't like what I have to say, I'm just going to say it. Like I keep hearing that over and over again in my head, and that might be how one of you is feeling right now. With the Page of Wands and the Two of Coins in reversed here, I'm seeing a lot of miscommunication between the two of you. And that could be what's at the root of this issue that you keep running into together, is that one of you might be emotionally immature, or maybe both of you are. There could even be an age gap involved in this situation if this person is younger than you, or again, vice versa. But it feels like somebody here is continually like, they're not a very good communicator, because I'm seeing that creative expression in contrast with this disorganized energy. It's like they can't get the words out of their mouth fast enough, and that person may be impulsive, or they end up saying things that they don't mean, or they don't think something through before they say it. Because I'm seeing this immature energy of like wanting to tell you something, Aries, or wanting to tell somebody else something, but not really knowing how to say it properly or how to word it. And again, I'm hearing that message that writing down your thoughts might really help with that. Okay, Aries, for those of you who are asking about a current connection, I said this in the past person reading too, so just remember that these are general messages. It does not have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a difficult situation that you're going through with a family member, or an argument that you're having with a friend. So just take it how it resonates. You have the Retreat card. It's time to disconnect from the world. I feel like there's a lot of outside noise in this connection that is kind of affecting the way that you see each other, or you see your situation. Like people are saying to you, oh, you should do this, or you should say that, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't say that. And both of you are just kind of like, you know what? Let's just do whatever we want. Let's just do what makes us happy. Like, let's just focus on us. Like, the married couple in this card has their back turned to the world. They're ignoring everything else but each other. And I feel like there's a lot of environmental factors or things going on around the two of you right now that you just kind of, you need to retreat from that energy, because I feel like it's putting a lot of weight on both of your shoulders, and just take some time to like focus on yourselves, focus on each other. You start with the Ten of Wands reversed. I'm seeing the two of you at the ending of a really heavy cycle together, Aries. I feel like you've been going through so much lately, especially with that outside noise that I mentioned earlier, where there's just been so much going on around this relationship that it feels like it's been a heavy weight on both of your shoulders for a while now, and it's almost finished. Like, you're almost through, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel together, and you're walking towards it. And you're almost ready to drop that burden, because I feel like the heavy times are almost over. I'm seeing for some of you that this might not necessarily be outside your relationship. It could be something going on inside the connection, especially if there is something between the two of you from your past or some sort of reoccurring event that just kind of keeps triggering one of you or both of you. And it feels very heavy, because it feels like somebody here is carrying this burden alone, or they feel like they're not comfortable talking about it with the other person or opening up about it with someone. So it feels like there's a really big heavy weight and responsibility on somebody's shoulders in this connection, and they're kind of keeping it to themselves to protect somebody else's feelings. But that's kind of creating a lot of resentment that is building up and growing because it's just not being talked about. With the Three of Wands here, I feel like that emotional distance, the two of you can bridge that gap, Aries, if you just work on communication. Because again, I feel like somebody is keeping something to themselves, keeping a secret. It might not necessarily be like out of bad intent. I feel like somebody is just carrying a really heavy weight on their shoulders right now, and they don't really know how to talk about it, so they're coming across as closed off. And that might be why it's important for the two of you to retreat right now, really make time for each other so that you can sit down and discuss this openly and honestly without fear of being judged by anyone else or by each other, for that matter. Like, open communication also requires active listening. Even if you might not necessarily like what the person has to say, you have to be open to communicating and hearing their side of the story so that that can be returned to you. And I'm not saying this is like something of your doing. Again, it could be vice versa. So take it how it resonates. But I feel like somebody has been carrying something for too long, and there's a sense of anticipation here, because the longer this resentment builds between the two of you, like eventually it's going to blow up, like that pot is going to boil over and it's going to make a big mess. So somebody needs to kind of prevent that by talking about this thing that they're scared of addressing. The Magician shows me that this can be saved. This is a problem that can be fixed between the two of you. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the connection. The Magician shows me that there is hope here. Again, especially if you can just open up to each other openly, honestly, and find a healthy way of communicating without hurting each other's feelings or making it worse. Because the Magician is inventive. Like, they know how to use all of these tools to find a solution that works for them, right? So I feel like if you really put your heads together, you can figure this out as a couple. Or again, as friends, as family members, whoever this person is to you. Because that's how you manifest. It's not just necessarily about talking about it, it's about bringing it into being, it's about creating a plan, it's about putting that plan into action. So I feel like there needs to be something here that has to be restructured in the way that this connection is currently moving, so that it can work for the both of you and that you can continue moving forward at a pace that you're both comfortable with. Because this connection has real potential, but I feel like it hasn't been fully realized yet because of this thing between the two of you that's causing a lot of heaviness. With the Ten of Wands reversed here and the Three of Wands upright, I feel like this person does want to fight for you and fight for this connection, Aries. So if that's what you're worried about, don't be. Because I'm not seeing this as the end of the line, okay? It's not over. This person is being persistent. Or again, roles could be reversed. You feel like this connection is worth fighting for. And I feel like the two of you can progress forward. There just needs to be a really honest, open discussion here about what needs to actually be changed so that the two of you can persist in this connection and progress forward together as a team. Okay, Aries, for this last portion of the reading, this is going to be for singles who are looking for a new person. This might be somebody that you haven't met yet and you're just dating around, wondering if anybody will come your way. For some of you, this could be somebody that you're already seeing, but you haven't really had that conversation yet. Which brings me to my next point. One of your cards that popped out is heart-to-heart conversations. So it might be time for you to honestly discuss your feelings with each other. You know, what are we? Where is this going? What are your intentions? You had a second card pop out. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And I'm hearing that as a reminder that even if this person does reject you, it's not the end of the world. And I feel like that can be very difficult, especially if you really like this person, if you're really feeling their vibe. I mean, nobody likes being rejected, right? It sucks. But that's not an excuse for you to beat yourself up about it and let it affect your confidence, okay? Even if it turns out that this is not the person for you, that doesn't mean that your person isn't out there. It's time for you to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go find them, okay? It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to have someone break your trust every once in a while. I know that sounds shocking. Nobody likes it, but it builds character, okay? If nothing was ever painful, we wouldn't learn anything. You start with the Knight of Wands. This is fire energy. This could be you. Or this could be somebody that you're dealing with, another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, so take it how it resonates. If this is your energy, I'm feeling you are very ambitious right now, very action-oriented, Aries. You're a risk taker, especially if you're already seeing someone that you're very interested in. I'm seeing you going for it, right? Especially if it's time for you to have that discussion with each other, like you're laying it all out on the table, literally like you're showing all your cards. And you really want to know what this person's intentions are. Like, you're not going to beat around the bush or play games. You want to know, what is this? Where is this going? And you're not wasting any time. Okay, I'm seeing you going for it. If this is the other person, again, could be reversed. This person wants you, Aries. They want you bad. Okay, and I feel like they're going to make themselves known soon. This person might give off some player vibes, okay, or some love bombing. I'm hearing that as a warning. You do have the Ten of Swords here. I'm seeing this painful ending coming around, Aries, but I'm actually seeing this as a good thing, okay? So hear me out. You have the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, right? So this painful ending is actually a good thing because I feel like it's really going to be a kick in the butt for you, because this Ten of Swords is short-lived and then you immediately get a reward after with the King of Pentacles coming your way. Now, this might be different things for some of you. For some of you, this could be about you like being like, you know what, F love, like I'm just gonna do me, I'm just gonna focus on myself, and then you really start focusing on your career and finances, and you get that abundance and that prosperity, and you see like an advancement in position, you get a promotion, you get a raise, something like that. So either way, I'm kind of seeing the universe doing the work for you. Like if this person rejects you or turns you down, it's okay, because that's the universe being like, no, 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 Aries, this isn't your person. I have a better person for you. And you're going to be rewarded for walking away from someone who doesn't belong with you. Now, with the King of Pentacles here, for some of you, I'm hearing this could be about more than one person. Like maybe you're with a fire sign right now and it doesn't work out. And it'll hurt for a while with that Ten of Swords. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel disappointed, but that's going to lead you to somebody else in the future, because Aries is like, no, this is not your person. The universe has a better person, and they'll bring you that person after you are done with this current person. So that could be what's happening for some of you. And the other person could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? Because I'm seeing a pattern here. Like I'm seeing this as linear. Fire sign, breakup, earth sign. Like that's how I'm seeing it working out for some of you, okay? So if it's not this person that you're supposed to be with, don't panic, okay? The universe will bring you somebody better. With the combination of the Ten of Swords and the King of Coins, I'm hearing a side message for some of you, Aries, specifically for those of you who are already successful in business or career. If you are used to people taking advantage of you financially, this could be a warning, okay? So make sure that this person likes you for you, not for your money, all right? Okay, Aries, I feel like these are the messages that you needed to hear. You can comment down below and like this video to let me know if this resonates. That engagement helps me a lot. If you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss a tarot reading from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Aries.